Hi everyone, you're welcome to today's tutorials. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Today we'll be learning how to draft the basic bodice block, and the required measurement is the shoulder, the bust, the waist, and the full length. We'll also be needing the shoulder to the bust point, shoulder to the waist, which is the half length for this tutorials. So we'll just go straight to the point right away. So I drew this line here to serve as a guide, which is where the measurement is going to be starting from. Next, I'm going to be inserting my vertical measurement, which is the shoulder to the bust point, shoulder to the waist, and shoulder to the hip. The shoulder to the bust point I'm using is 10 inch. The shoulder to the waist, which is a half length, is 16 inch. And the full length I'll be using is 25 inch. I'm going to be marking it on the other side also, so I will be able to draw a straight line. So the next thing I'll be doing is to insert my shoulder measurement on the top line here. The shoulder measurement I'm using is 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. So I'll be inserting the 7.5 on the shoulder line like this. So after that, I'm going to be coming down by 1 inch at that point for the shoulder slope. Then I'm going to be taking my armhole depth line, which is 8 inch. So to get your armhole, you are going to be dividing your shoulder by 2 plus 0.5, or you measure your client's armhole. So I'm going to be taking the shoulder measurement at this point also, so I can draw a straight line for the armhole line. I'm going to be connecting the 2 points like this using a straight line. So this is the armhole line, and here is going to serve as the chest line. So the next I'm going to be doing is to insert my bust measurement on the chest line, the waist measurement, and the hip measurement. So next we'll be inserting the bust measurement on the chest line. The bust measurement I'm using is 34 divided by 4 is 8.5, and the waist measurement I'm using is 26 divided by 4 is 6.5. I'll be adding 1 inch for the waist dart, and the hip measurement I'm working with is 36 divided by 4 is 9 inch. I'll be inserting that on the hip line. So next I'm going to be connecting the chest line to the waist and then to the hip like this. Connecting the waist to the hip using a curve. So next I'll be taking out the waist dart, and in doing that I'll be needing the nipple to nipple measurement. The nipple to nipple measurement I'm using a 7 inch divided by 2 is 3.5. So I'll be inserting the 3.5 on the waistline. I'll be doing same on the bust line and also on the hip line. So on the bust line, I'm going to be coming down by 1 inch, which is where the dart will be starting from. And on the hip line, I'm going to be going up by 2 inches. This is where the dart will be stopping. So it will be starting at this point and stopping 2 inches above the hip line. Next, I'm going to be drawing a straight line. This will serve as the center of the dart. So I'll be taking out 1 inch dart that is half inch on both sides. Remember we added 1 inch to the waist, so that 1 inch is what we are taking out now. So I'll mark half on both sides, then I'll connect the 4 points together like this. So next we are going to be drawing our neckline. We'll be using the neck width of 3 inch and the neck depth of 3 inch, but you can use whatever neck width and neck depth you want to use. So I'll be taking out the 3 inch neck width on both sides like this. Then I'm going to be connecting the 2 points using a curve line like this. Then next we are going to be drawing our shoulder slope. Remember we came down by 1 inch on the armhole line. So we're going to be connecting that point to the neckline using a straight line like this. So this will serve as the shoulder slope. So the next we'll be doing is to draw our armhole line. The first thing we are going to be doing is to locate the midpoint of the armhole line. The armhole line is 8 inch, divided by 2 is 4. So we're going to be marking the 4 like this. Then we'll be going in by 0.75. We are doing this because the front armhole is deeper than the back armhole. Next, we are going to be connecting to the top line using a straight line like this. Then we'll connect from that midpoint to the chest line using a curved line like this. So this is how the armhole should look like after drawing it. So this is all for the front bodice. So we'll be going over to draft the back bodice. So now we'll be going over to draft the back. The front and the back are basically the same. So what I did was to extend the chest line, the waistline, and the hip line. There is no bust line on the back because the back does not have a bust. So I'll be inserting the shoulder measurement, the bust measurement, the waist measurement, and the hip measurement. This line I drew here is for the zip allowance, and it is 1 inch from the center back. It is going to serve as the zipper allowance. So next I'll be inserting the shoulder measurement. The shoulder measurement I'm using is 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. Same measurement we use for the front. So I'm going to be repeating the same thing on the chest line, so I'll be able to draw a straight line like so. Next, I'll be taking my neck width. The neck width for the front and back is always the same thing. I use 3 for the front, but I'll be using 1.5 for the neck depth, but you can use whatever depth you like. Next, I'm going to be connecting the 2 points using a curved line like this. So next, I'll be inserting the bust measurement on the chest line. The bust measurement I'm using is 34 divided by 4 is 8.5. So I'll be inserting it at those points like this. Then the waist is 26 divided by 4 is 6.5. I'll be adding 1 inch for the waist that's at this point like this. Then I'll be going over to the hip, which is 36 divided by 4, 9 inch. Next, I'm going to be connecting the 3 points like this. The waist to the bust line, I'm going to be using a straight line, and the waist to the hip, I'm going to be using a curved line like this. So next I'll be drawing the back armhole line. I won't be going in by 0.75 inch like I did for the front. I'm just going to connect the point like this because the back is not deeper like the front. So I'll just connect the cuff like this. So this is how the back armhole will look like. So the next thing we'll be doing is to take out the waist dart. We'll be repeating the same procedure like we did for the front. The nipple to nipple is 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. We'll be marking it on the waist, on the chest line, and on the hip line. Then we'll be going up by 2 inch on the hip line. We will not be coming down by 1 inch from the chest line because there is no bust on the back. So next we'll connect the 3 points like this using a straight line. Next I'm going to be taking out the dart, which is 1 inch, half inch on both sides. Then I'm going to be connecting the 4 points together using a straight line like this to form the darts. So next we'll be eliminating the zipper bulge at the back. The back is not straight. If we should leave it this way, it's going to form a bulge. To do that, we'll be coming in by half inch on the waistline like this to eliminate the bulge. Then we'll be connecting it to the chest line and to the hip line using a straight line. So next we'll be replacing the half inch we took on the side, because if we should leave it that way, the measurement is going to be short. So we'll be replacing it at this point like this. Then we connect back to the chest line and to the hip line. So next thing we'll be doing is to withdraw the zipper allowance. So on the waistline, we are going to measure the 1 inch and connect back to the chest and to the hip line so we can get that shape on the back. So this is going to be our new zipper allowance. Next we'll be doing the shoulder slope. So we'll be coming down by 1 inch on the armhole line. Then we'll connect to the neck point using a straight line like this. So this is all for the basic bodice block. Please like and subscribe and share. Thank you. I'll see you in the next class.